hopefully by now you are all very comfortable with My Rotary. As you sign into My Rotary, this is the landing page that you are brought to. You will see up the top the sign-in, sign-out details, and this is your landing page for individual Rotarians. You will always be taken to your club. So for me, here in Sydney, it's the Rotary Club of Turramurra, and you have some understanding of where your club meets and all those sorts of important informations that you can see. As a Rotarian, I can then view the club goals for my club, which I think is a really powerful tool for Rotarians to have a bit of ownership and pride in the outcomes and projects that the individual club is participating in. It also has a little bit of accountability, which for club leaders can be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on the success of the club and your abilities to report those activities and success stories accurately. So in Rotary Club Central, you will be finding that through the Manage tab. Now this Manage tab here is where I believe most of your time will be spent as club leaders to manage and update information within your club. I'm aware that a lot of you are using Club Runner, and that is something that I believe has already been spoken about over the weekend, so I won't touch too much on that, but just to know that obviously the Manage tab is where everything in regards to club and district administration for updating information of members, incoming officers and all those sorts of things can be run, as well as reports and understanding of the contributions that a Rotarian can make. And finally, the Rotary Club Central icon. So if you were to click on that tab, it would then take you through to Rotary Club Central. So here is one that I've prepared earlier. You will always land on the dashboard. I've taken the liberty to sign in as President-elect Daryl. As you can see up the top here, the sign-in details of President-elect Daryl are there. And this is a club, and this is no accident that I've obviously chosen the incoming district governor's home club. So let's see what we can find and go through for this event. So the dashboard really is a high-level trend of information about your club. It includes membership, gender and age, as you can see, with a 5-year history, and also gives a primary focus on a club experience. So this is also the place where age trends can be recorded, and as an officer, whether you can clearly see how many age brackets you have, or in the case of this club here, that all but 2 members' actual date of births have not been recorded for whatever reason that is. And I think that's quite important in this day and age where information is power, and you'll hear me say that a bit today. But if we don't know the ages of our members, it is very difficult for us as an organisation to gauge the trends of increasing ageing of members and what that trend is going to look like in the next 5 to 10 years. So I urge every club officer to really try and invest some energy and time into capturing these details. Obviously this network is private and secure. Our membership details are not shared with any third party. So please urge your members to provide those date of births at least a year so we have some sort of accurate information when we're looking at an age breakdown of our membership. The next thing we'll talk about, going down the left-hand side here, as you can see on the side, is the goal centre. This is where each club officer has the ability to go in and enter goals for the club for the year or the incoming year. So you can see at the top here the dates, and they go back 3 years. So you can see here 2016, 2017, there were numerous goals that were set and achieved by the club over the year, which is fantastic. And that is in member engagement, giving, nothing was set, service, young leaders, public image, goals were set and some achieved. Rotary citation, whether that was something the club was wanting to work towards, you can see that here. And a very easy, quick find all tab, which just shows you only the goals that have been set for the year by the club. That was 2016. I show you that because 2017, it's been a very quiet year. I note that the current president has not registered for my Rotary with an account at all, so I think that is quite accurate as to the engagement of Rotary Club Central and the uptake of this program when the leaders are not actively involved in my Rotary. So I urge you all to ensure that your club leaders are, one, reported through Club Runner or through my Rotary for the incoming year of 2018-2019, and that they all have an active my Rotary account. If not, that is an easy step to do that is simple through the my Rotary login or sign up page. So as you can see, we want to make sure if we're talking about the incoming year, we are looking at 2018 and 2019. So here is where, again, you have all the tabs across the top where you have the ability to enter a whole range of goals. Now, we understand that clubs are very different in their look and feel and how they operate, and we do not expect clubs to actually have set goals for every single one of these matrix within each particular area, but there's an opportunity for clubs to work towards as many as they feel comfortable with. Again, you have the opportunity to go through them individually, and if you click the All button, to then scroll down and see them all in one area. So if we are Daryl and we've sat down with our club and our team and we want to start entering our goals, how do we do that? The new Rotary Club Central is very easy and comfortable to use with just minimal input of data necessary. So as you can see, for club membership, if you click down on the lower tab, it will give you a breakdown of how many members you want by the end of the Rotary year, so what the objective of the goal is, a 5-year history of what has been achieved or set in the club. As we can see, this year there is nothing here, but in 16-17 there was. So you get a stronger understanding of what has been happening in the club. In regards to setting the goal, all we need to do is highlight the button, and then what is our achievement? So we want to, what is our goal? So our goal for the year is a 10% growth. So we want 3 new members over the course of the year. Once we do that, we can just leave it as is and move on to the next one. Service participation. How many members will participate in a service activities during the Rotary year? Well, if we have 30 members, you have the ability to adjust this accordingly. So this is here for service participation. How many members will participate? We're going to say 30. And if that goal has been achieved, great. If not, we can leave that blank. Here's one that obviously will align very strongly with the club. Obviously having John as the chairman of an action group. Again, if we want to select the goal, how many? 30. Once we've entered all the goals that we want, all we need to do is click Save. And now you can see in the All tab how many goals we have actually entered. Just the 3. So if there's a quick snapshot of what is happening in the club, this is a great opportunity. If you want to get more specific in regards to what some of those are, all we need to do is click Edit and enter in Polio Plus. This year, we want to raise $1,000. This year there's been a great feedback being provided, an opportunity change, where you now have the ability to record in our currency. Obviously, overall, it will be rated against USD to give a worldwide comparison, but at least now we have an accurate, easy way to record our donations and fundraising against our own currency. So if you were then just to click Save up the top, you can see that the goal has been saved. Throughout the year, we then have the ability to say, great, we've raised money, we can come back into it and simply type in what we've achieved. This amount here will actually automatically be recorded for you. My apologies. So Polio Plus, some of these goals that you set will automatically be recorded against the contributions recorded through our system here. So there's no need to manually update those sorts of goals, which is easy. Same with major gifts and bequests. Service activities. Again, how many service projects will your club complete during the year? And this can vary. There's no reason why at the moment we want to enter 5, but halfway through the year, all of a sudden we're going to readjust our goal and we're going to increase that. So if you need to go back, you simply edit, change that to 6, and once we've then actually got to our service goals, it will then come up automatically that you have achieved that goal. So we enter now 6 as our updated target, and then through the service activities that we will manually enter shortly, you will see how many goals, how many achievements we've set against our goal. So that is a really strong understanding of the Goal Centre, where clubs can record their goals for the year, accurately input updated data as the year goes on, and then have the ability to see in a snapshot the outcome of their workings for the year. So, service activities. Previous versions had a number of projects where you then had the opportunity to see them all. Again, at the moment, there are no club projects entered for next year, which is fine, but also there are no club service projects entered for 2017, 2018. If we go back to 2016, there were none either. So we're all aware that President Ian has asked us all to record our service projects, our volunteer hours and contributions, to try and get a stronger understanding of what is happening out throughout the world. And this is where you record this information. So again, as the incoming officer, you already have the ability to be sitting down with your committee and the members to discuss what projects you want to complete in the year 2018 and 2019. So let's just go through one of those projects now. And it's as simple as adding a new service project. What's the project title? Let's call it Raising Funds by Cutting the DG's Ponytail. I'm sure there'll be a lot of money and interest raised in this. What's the summary? The club will host the DG where funds will be raised in the cutting of DG John's ponytail. Sounds like a good activity. I'll be there for that. When is it going to be? Obviously, this is already in your year. DG John, we're going to make it Friday the 14th of September next year. Lock that in. And it's going to finish on the same day. It's a one-day project. Project metrics. So how many volunteers? This is going to take at least 15 people to hold John down to cut his hair. Volunteer hours. Overall, this is going to take 100 hours, we think. Again, cash contributions. We can change that to Australian dollars. We project that this is going to raise $1,000. Are there any donations of values, donated goods? No, we can leave that blank. If there are any additional details, you can certainly put them here. And they are things like if it's aligning with one of your aspects of your club. So this is just going to be a fundraiser. And do we have any other partners here? The answer is absolutely. The action group are definitely going to be involved. The district's absolutely going to be involved. And we've also got the local hairdresser involved. So there are our 3 partners. All you need to do then is click and save that project. you can now see that the current project, raising funds by cutting the DG's ponytail, is right here. At any time, the club can come back in, view this service project, and update it as necessary. Once the project is complete, you'll just simply click Project Complete and update some of the metrics. So actually, we needed 19 people and a hairdresser to get the ponytail off John. It actually took us 120, 130 hours. We raised $1,500. Nothing else has changed down the bottom. We scroll back up the top, click Save. You will now see that it's gone from a current project to a completed project. The great opportunity that you also have in regards to these projects is the ability to export it. And you can print this off, you can copy this, or export it to a website, your Facebook page, or wherever you feel comfortable to get this out into your community. So that is a great way to very easily record the information of the club's activities, not just for this year, but for the ongoing years. The last thing I'd like to talk about in regards to service activities is Rotary Showcase. Rotary Showcase is a great resource where clubs have the ability to publicly show off and display their successful project that they've run in their club. And this is great for a few reasons. One, you have the ability to publicly promote the success your club has had in a professional and easy to follow manner on a website already hosted by Rotary International. You have the ability to then share that link from the Showcase website with all your social media streams. You can also share that link with local community leaders and other service organisations when it comes time to canvassing for support and information about the ongoing projects that you want to complete in the following years. So I really encourage you to, once you've completed a project, to put it on Showcase and show to the world some of the great projects that we've actually achieved. Resources, very quickly, is where all club members have the ability to go in and find an absolute abundance of information about everything there is to do with Rotary. Whether it's memberships and you want to complete a Rotary health check, whether you want to do have a stronger understanding of club flexibility, this is where you can download and understand from the council legislation all the updates. You want to find out some more information about Rotaract or starting an Interact club in your local community, all the information is there. There is a gamut of information here that is available, and I highly encourage you all to spend a little bit of time following the hyperlinks, watching some of the videos, and getting a better understanding of what some of the powerful information that's available at the click of your fingers. Reports. Not necessarily strong information for all that are interested in this field of the organisation, but for those that want some stronger understanding of what's happening in their clubs and districts, this is where you come. So if you want an understanding of what the club growth is over the last 3 to 5 years, you can very easily run this report, as well as how many members in a club. And that report can go back numerous years for you to get a stronger understanding of what your club looked like a while ago. If you want to find out about the district and where you are currently, or the clubs in your district, this is where you come. Sponsor status, if you think you are sponsoring a local club or you have in the past, you can find out about that, and as well as new member sponsors and where they are currently followed throughout the district. And we, from time to time, get information by Rotarians wanting to find out about membership outside of their club or outside of the district. And this is where the regional reports come in a lot of help to support the understanding of what's happening in our zone. So Zone 8 being Australia, our district is where that information can be found. So if that is something that you want to spend some time in, I highly recommend running a few reports and getting a better understanding. So that is Rotary Club Central, very briefly. I have glossed over a few of the opportunities in regards to resources, but I again encourage you to follow the hyperlinks on any one of these tabs to get a better understanding of what you can achieve and understand. Service activities. This is again a really powerful tool. President Ian has asked every club throughout the world this year to record their service project hours and contributions so we can have a stronger understanding. But I don't think that will change going forward. Imagine if we had an information network where we had 35,000 clubs throughout the world all reporting how many volunteer hours they gave back to their community within a given year, or how much money they raised in their local community and gave back within a given year. That information on a global level would be incredible. Those figures would be astronomical. And with those figures comes the opportunity to have very powerful conversations with the likes of the United Nations and the World Health Organization and the likes of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to see the power of what is happening in our communities on a global level can only be captured through the inputting of data through Rotary Club Central. Global view, again, is where you have the ability to understand what's happening throughout the world. As I said, information is power. How many clubs are set goals with membership this current year? Only 12,000 of 35,000 clubs. New member sponsorship, only 10,000 of 35,000 clubs. So you really have an opportunity here to see where your club sits within the global summary of what has been achieved out there in the Rotary world this year and in previous years. Goal Centre, again, I highly recommend that you have a look around. You cannot really damage the data. It is there for you to use. It is there for you to have a stronger understanding of what's happening in your club and for your club leaders and your club members to have accountability and continuity of information over numerous years. And back to the dashboard where we started. Again, a great snapshot of where a club is currently and where they're aiming for in regards to their goals for the year. And this isn't just for your club. You can see up the top here, there is a whole opportunity to see things on a bigger picture. So if we wanted to have a look at District 9700 and compare that against what we know our club to be, what does our club look like compared to that of the district? What are our gender trends compared to that of the district? What are our age trends compared to that of the district? And if you want to go a step further, your zone. So again, Zone 8 is Australia. How does that look? You want to know how many members are currently in our zone? You can very easily see that we have 28,139 members in Australia as of yesterday. And that's an important thing, as of yesterday. One of the things when we created the new Rotary Club Central was we took in the feedback that the old system was very slow to load. So what we have done now is create a new Rotary Club Central where the information is going to be 24 hours old. So you can see here, as of the 8th of November being yesterday, today being the 9th, that is as accurate as the information can get to make it as fast as possible. So please note that if you are updating information on Rotary Club Central through this platform, that information will be delayed by about 24 hours. Keep that in mind. So, as I said earlier, I really believe that the new Rotary Club Central platform has been a very powerful tool in the last 8 months or so since launch, as well as the opportunities that we have to further develop this website. I can proudly say that there is a team in Chicago that are dedicated on the maintenance and upgrade of this website. So if you feel that there are things that aren't quite right or things that need to be adjusted, please reach out. Let us know what you think needs to be updated or fixed or amended, and we will more than happily obliged to see what we can do to make your time on Rotary Club Central a lot easier. The last thing I wanted to push home about the power of Rotary Club Central is the ability that this is now a website that is mobile friendly. So this isn't an app that you will download. This is the normal navigation of Rotary Club Central that you can log in through your Safari or Chrome or whatever you're using on your phone, and you have the ability to see Rotary Club Central exactly the same as what you would see here now live. And that's powerful when we start talking about the entering of service activities and the amount of volunteer hours that are happening at the local markets. So again, if we go back to a service activity and we are entering a service project for 2018-19, and say we are now in 2018-19, and we have monthly markets, and they are at the park. This could be an ongoing project from the 1st of July through to the 1st of June. Now, with the ability to update this data on your phone or your iPad, you have the ability to update this every month. So there could be 10 people every month that are going to come and volunteer for the markets. You can then click how many for that month, save the data, and then at next month's markets, you can just quickly go back into monthly markets and update that for another 10 volunteers. And so on and so on. So by the end of the year, you've reached 100 volunteers. And the same with volunteer hours. Your projected would be maybe 1,000 hours. And after month 1, you've got 80 hours. And month 2, so on and so on. You can manually update this every single month whilst you are actively at the markets. So if you want to do it live, great. Or if you want to go back and record that manually on a spreadsheet or something and then update it at the end of the year, you could do that as well. But again, know that you can access Rotary Club Central through your My Rotary account on your phone with exactly the same usability and access as you would from a desktop.